Hello, I'm Gonzalo Fernández-Castaño, past winner of the KLM Dutch Open, and here we are at the International at this amazing practice facilities where I'm going to show you, or I'm going to tell you my secrets about chipping. Okay, for me chipping, it's mainly about making the right choices. The club selection is crucial. So the first thing I would do when it comes to chipping is I would look at how the ball is sitting. First of all, I have to look at the lie, how the ball is lying on the ground, if I can make a clean contact with the golf ball, which of course here I can. Here at the International, you've got a lot of runoffs on the greens, around the greens, and you're going to have a lot of short grass around the greens, which is something I'm really keen on. Because it's difficult for the professional player, as it makes you think, because you've got a lot of options when it comes to this shot. But at the same time, it's easy for the amateurs. Why? Because they can putt it to the green, which is always probably the best choice. Every time you can, just go with the putter, because a bad putt, it's always better than a bad chip. Anyhow, let's go to chipping. For me, I always take the reference of the fringe and how far, how deep the pin is in comparison with the fringe. So in this case, if we go to the short flag, I always take the fringe as a reference, and that's pretty much where I want to bounce, where I want to pitch my shot. So I'm always like looking at 1-2 meters inside the green and then let the ball release into the hole. So in this case, we're talking about like probably a 10-11 meter shot, where I want to fly the ball 5-6 meters and let it release another 4. So for that, I'm going to use my lob wedge. In this case, it's 60 degrees, but I'm sure, some of you guys will have the 58. That would also work. When it comes to the technique, I would try to do a very similar shot or swing as with the putter. I don't try to use my wrists too much. I would never try to scoop the ball up in the air, which is a very common mistake I see with amateurs when I play with them. A lot of people are trying kind of help the ball up in the air. Just trust the club face. That's the reason this club has 60 degrees. This was going to take the ball up in the air. So for that, you just need to make a regular swing as you would do with the putter. Let me show you. That was a little short, but that was a good miss. The ball pitched on the green as I wanted, and just released to the hole. But then, when I want to go for a longer one, where I have more green to work with, it's up the hill. I think 60 or 58 would be the wrong choice, or maybe not wrong, but definitely more difficult to get it right. So in this case, I would try and get my 52 or a 50-degree wedge, and just try and chip it. This is more like a pitch shot where the ball probably flies more than it runs. This would be more of a chip shot where the ball runs more than it flies. So in this case, technique-wise, I'm not changing anything. It's going to be the same kind of movement, kind of putter style, no wrists, no trying to flip it up in the air. Just make the ball run. And the way I'm going to do it, it's with the 52, just with a different club selection. That wasn't particularly good. It didn't reach there, so let me try another one. That was better, but as I said before, the reason I like short grass around greens is because it's gonna give you options. If you have high grass, there's only one shot you can play, which is like a chunk and run with the lob wedge. But while you're here, there's always options. You can use the lob wedge, you can use the gap wedge, maybe even a 9-iron, a 7-iron. If you go with the putter, which would be very smart, and I would be very proud of you if you do so, just take into consideration that through the fringe, the ball is not going to roll as purely as it does when it's on the green. So you always have to hit it a little harder. In this case, I try to think that the flag is always a little bit farther up, but I won't change anything. Just have to look at the break and hit it. Always a smart decision.